Here's how to troubleshoot electrical outlet issues like open neutrals or reverse wiring. Firstly, consider possible causes. A loose or broken neutral connection is a primary suspect. Check the neutral wires in the outlet boxes, at the circuit breaker panel, and any intervening junction boxes. Ensure all connections are tight and not damaged. Secondly, a neutral bar issue can cause problems. The neutral bar in the circuit breaker panel or junction box may be loose or damaged. Inspect it and ensure all neutral wires are properly connected. Thirdly, consider a wiring error. The wiring between the two outlets and the circuit breaker panel may have been reversed or incorrectly connected. Inspect the wiring carefully to identify any potential errors. Fourthly, a faulty appliance or light might be the culprit. It's possible that the microwave itself or one of the lights on the circuit has a short or other issue causing the open neutral or reversed hot or ground condition. Fifthly, check if a ground fault circuit interrupter or arc fault circuit interrupter breaker are tripped. Ground fault circuit interrupter or arc fault circuit interrupter breakers can trip if they detect the ground fault or arc, respectively. Check if the circuit breaker serving the affected outlets has tripped. Here are troubleshooting steps you can take. 1. Turn off power to the circuit. To avoid electrical hazards, always turn off the power before performing any electrical troubleshooting or repairs. 2. Check neutral connections. Inspect the neutral wires in the outlet boxes and at the circuit breaker panel. Make sure they are securely connected and not loose or damaged. 3. Inspect the neutral bar. Check the neutral bar in the circuit breaker panel or junction box. Ensure all neutral wires are properly connected and that the bar is not loose or damaged. 4. Trace wiring. Carefully trace the wiring between the affected outlets and the circuit breaker panel. Look for any loose or damaged wires, reverse connections, or obvious errors. 5. Inspect appliances and lights. Disconnect any appliances or lights in the circuit and temporarily remove them from the outlets. Turn the power back on and retest the outlets. 6. Check ground fault circuit interrupter or arc fault circuit interrupter breakers. If the home has ground fault circuit interrupter or arc fault circuit interrupter breakers, locate the circuit breaker serving the affected outlets and check if it has tripped. Reset it if necessary. Always use the multimeter to verify the presence and polarity of voltage at the outlets. This can provide valuable clues about the nature of the problem. When checking voltage, ensure the multimeter is set to the correct voltage range, typically alternating current volts for residential wiring. Firstly, measure the voltage between the hot wire, which is typically black, and the neutral wire, which is typically white. In a properly working 120-volt circuit, you should read approximately 120 volts. A reading significantly lower or higher indicates a problem. Secondly, measure the voltage between the hot wire and the ground wire, which is typically bare copper or green. This reading should also be approximately 120 volts in a correctly wired circuit. A low or zero reading suggests a potential issue with the ground connection. Thirdly, measure the voltage between the neutral wire and the ground wire. This reading should be very low, ideally close to 0 volts. A higher voltage indicates a potential problem with the neutral connection or a ground fault. If you read 120 volts between the neutral and ground, it usually indicates a missing or broken neutral connection upstream. When using a multimeter, be extremely cautious and avoid touching any bare wires or terminals. Always hold the multimeter probes by their insulated handles to prevent electric shock. If the readings are unusual or inconsistent, double-check your connections and settings in the multimeter. If the problem persists, it may be necessary to consult with a licensed electrician. When checking connections, pay attention to the type of connectors used. Wire nuts, also known as wire connectors, should be properly sized for the number and gauge of wires being connected. Ensure the wire nuts are twisted on tightly and that no bare wire is exposed. For screw terminals, make sure the wires are wrapped around the screws in a clockwise direction to ensure they tighten properly when the screw is tightened. Avoid over-tightening the screws, as this can damage the wires or terminals. If you find any loose or corroded connections, clean them with a wire brush or electrical contact cleaner before reconnecting them. Corrosion can impede the flow of electricity and cause problems. When tracing wiring, use a circuit tracer or wire tracker to help identify the path of the wires. This tool sends a signal through the wire and allows you to trace it using a handheld receiver. This can be especially helpful when dealing with complex wiring systems or when wires are hidden behind walls or ceilings. When inspecting appliances and lights, look for any signs of damage or wear. Check the power cords for cracks, fraying, or exposed wires. Examine the plugs for loose or damaged prongs. If you find any issues, replace the appliance or light fixture. Before replacing an outlet, take a picture of the wiring connections to ensure you reconnect the new outlet correctly. When replacing an outlet, use the same type of outlet as the original. If the original outlet was a standard duplex outlet, replace it with another standard duplex outlet. If the original outlet was a ground fault circuit interrupter outlet, replace it with another ground fault circuit interrupter outlet. When working with electrical wiring, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses and insulated gloves. This will help protect you from electric shock and other hazards. If you are not comfortable troubleshooting electrical issues yourself, consult with a licensed electrician for assistance. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution. Additional things to look for. Check for aluminum wiring. If the home has aluminum wiring, it is essential to use connectors and outlets that are specifically designed for aluminum wiring. Aluminum wiring expands and contracts more than copper wiring, which can cause connections to loosen over time. Use antioxidant paste when connecting aluminum wires to prevent corrosion. Check the wire gauge. Ensure that the wire gauge is appropriate for the circuit amperage. Using undersized wires can cause overheating and create a fire hazard. Refer to the National Electrical Code Table 310.15. B16 for the correct wire gauge for different amperage ratings. Check the circuit breaker amperage. The circuit breaker amperage should match the amperage rating of the wiring and outlets on the circuit. Using an oversized circuit breaker can allow too much current to flow through the wires, which can cause overheating and create a fire hazard. Check for proper grounding. The grounding system is essential for safety and helps to prevent electric shock. Ensure that all outlets and appliances are properly grounded. The ground wire should be connected to the ground terminal on the outlet and to the grounding electrode system at the service panel. Check for arc faults. Arc faults are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. Arc fault circuit interrupter breakers are designed to detect arc faults and trip the circuit to prevent a fire. Consider installing arc fault circuit interrupter breakers in the home to provide added protection. Check for ground faults. Ground faults occur when electricity flows through an unintended path to ground. Ground fault circuit interrupter outlets are designed to detect ground faults and trip the circuit to prevent electric shock. Install ground fault circuit interrupter outlets in areas where water is present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. Check for voltage drop. Voltage drop occurs when the voltage at an outlet is significantly lower than the voltage at the service panel. Excessive voltage drop can cause appliances to malfunction and can also create a fire hazard. Use a voltmeter to check the voltage at various outlets in the home and ensure that it is within acceptable limits. Check for loose connections in the service panel. The service panel is the main electrical distribution point in the home. Loose connections in the service panel can cause a variety of problems, including flickering lights, overheating, and even fires. Periodically inspect the service panel for loose connections and tighten them as needed. Check for water damage. Water damage can cause electrical problems and create a safety hazard. Inspect the electrical system for signs of water damage, such as rust, corrosion, or discoloration. If you find any water damage, have it repaired by a qualified electrician. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, consult with a licensed electrician. For example, if a tester indicates an open neutral, It means the neutral wire is not properly connected, interrupting the return path for the current. The device is then unable to complete the circuit and operate. This can be due to a loose connection at the outlet, the circuit breaker panel, or anywhere in between. Also, a reversed hot or ground occurs when the hot wire, typically black, and the ground wire, typically green or bare, are swapped at the outlet. This creates a dangerous situation because the appliance chassis is energized, posing a risk of electric shock. If you suspect a reversed hot or ground, immediately turn off the power to the circuit and correct the wiring. When troubleshooting, start by visually inspecting the wiring at the affected outlets. Look for any loose connections, damaged wires, or signs of overheating. Use a screwdriver to tighten any loose screws in the outlet terminals. If you find any damaged wires, replace them with new wires of the same gauge. Next, check the circuit breaker panel. Make sure the circuit breaker for the affected outlets is not tripped. If it is tripped, reset it. If the circuit breaker trips repeatedly, it indicates a problem with the circuit, such as a short circuit or an overload. If the problem persists, consult with a licensed electrician. The neutral bar is a critical component of the electrical system. It is a metal bar that is connected to the neutral wires from all of the circuits in the home. The neutral bar is then connected to the grounding electrode system, which provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source. If the neutral bar is loose or damaged, it can cause a variety of problems, including flickering lights, power outages, and even electric shock. To inspect the neutral bar, turn off the power to the main breaker in the service panel. Then remove the cover from the service panel. Look for any loose or corroded connections on the neutral bar. Tighten any loose connections and clean any corroded connections with a wire brush. If the neutral bar is damaged, replace it with a new one. Finally, remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and you should consult with a licensed electrician.